there's a balance. Like you don't want it flopping around, but you don't want it to look like an Italian either. You know,
That's true. That's true. It
like
only
a.
takes a little
I don't
bit
want to look like
to
a
really
Guido.
fuck it up.
All right, that's a good. We are rolling, so right off the bat.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that.
We are rolling. I will.
All right, let's
But,
start again. Let's start again.
I think it's funny to just cut it out from the start and just
leave it
say
in
that
there.
we had to cut it.
5 seconds in, Steven Tyler.
Yeah, we just have a new start to the show.
Liam, you look very handsome.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate
Cut
it.
and dry.
This
We'll call spade a
This-
spade.
my red face. I got cooked at the game on Sunday. Absolutely.
Oh,
You
that's
weren't
not
the only
you-
one getting fucking
Yeah.
cooked at Fenway Park
Nice.
this weekend.
That's right.
Heyo, that's not fresh out of the shower. That's just you just are straight sunburnt.
Yeah, that's all it
Yeah,
is.
that's tough.
Well, as a fellow Irishman, you are Mr. Fennessy. I thought because you mentioned you had just gotten out of the shower, which is why your hair looks slicked back / pushed back. As a hot shower enjoyer myself, and as a fair Irish skin haver myself as well, I am like red as a potato whenever I get out of the shower. Like,
That's
I'll
quite the
come out
visual
and
for our
Alex will be like, "Are you
listeners.
okay? Look at your
Did
feet."
you just say red as a potato?
or tomato? Did I say potato?
Wait,
Oh,
what did he say?
I thought I said.
that.
I meant to
missed
say
that.
tomato. We can roll the clip back there.
All right.
Hey, potatoes can be red.
Yeah, they are red
Yeah,
bliss
that's
potatoes.
true.
The small ones. The small ones.
I don't get. I don't. I'm not nearly as Irish as you two,
I'm
but
like,
I have a little in me. I have a little leprechaun in me,
like
inside of me.
Aldebaran.
it's got
I got a
that-
little.
it's got-
I got a little engine in me.
Well, I wish you guys had one of you had red hair. It sucks that neither of you are gingers.
My beard kind of gets red a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
Fitz,
fair. That's true. Yeah, it
Fitz
does.
toes that line.
Yeah.
Just the facial hair. Like I have, what would you call this? Like a brown brunette? I don't know. What
brown. What the fuck else would you call it? What do
I
you
don't know.
mean?
Would you call it brown or would you call it brunette? I don't know. I feel like it's
Well, that's the same thing, is it?
that's
not?
what I mean. Yeah. It's,
Oh, okay.
you say you say tomato.
hair's
I say
almost-
potato. Right?
My hair is very dark brown,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost black.
almost black. His hair is almost entirely black.
Odd looking duck. Guys, it's
Well.
so fucking over.
Well,
it
yeah.
actually,
No, Fitz. No,
I don't
you know
know.
what? It's not over yet.
I don't know.
The
It's
way
not.
that-
They have
I'm-
10 days.
Yeah,
they
I'm
have
giving
10
them 10
days.
days.
the way that I know you're getting Hauk back. This is Pot on Lanson, by the way, Fitz
How?
Jake.
Why is that the one that you pointed to?
I was gonna rattle all
first
them off, and then
guy.
I decided to do the intro for the fucking podcast, Jake.
Yeah, it's
Forgive
like,
me
yeah,
if I
sure,
seem
guess.
stirred, but I am.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
That's Dr. Jim, aka Jake. Shout out Dr. Jim, right? Yeah. 2020 fourth place Cy Young finisher, Denison Lamette, aka Liam. I'm Eric Kinsky, aka Fitz, and this is.
Is that
Pot on
true?
Lanson.
That's true.
He was gassed that year. He was really good.
Yeah.
I thought he was
I got-
next. He was really good that year.
I have his BREF page pulled up right now, but
Oh, yeah, there
2020
it
he
is.
started 12 games, 69 innings,
Nice.
An ERA plus of 201.
201. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Then the wheels fell off, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing. He
he
hasn't thrown
never called.
69 innings since.
He never called after 2020. He never called. Yeah, but no, like, with Hauk coming back, with Whitlock coming back, Sale coming back, Story coming back, that's all well and good. But I try to stay optimistic about this fucking team. That was such. We're recording this Monday, by the way. You're hearing it Wednesday. Who knows what happens at the start of this fucking Kansas City series? But that was so embarrassing on so many new different levels for this team. They lost in just about every single facet of the sport of baseball this past weekend.
Can I say something that has been on my mind since the third Toronto game? I want to just get it out there.
So yesterday,
Oh no, so maybe it was the second one. Sorry, they were blending together. The Reese McGuire play, the Carlos Fabulous play. Can I just as awful as that play was, Yu Chang probably strikes out the next batter. I mean, let's just. There's no
okay.
way he's getting a knock.
make them earn the third out, Jake.
Yeah,
Make
I know.
them
I'm just
earn
saying.
it.
I'm just saying. Like if you
Yeah.
had Duran up on deck,
Maybe he doesn't
I'd be a
strike
little-
out.
I'm just saying, like, that run doesn't even, the run's, it's only on third. He's still got, but whatever. Just saying.
it's you lose a game in a regular fashion, you can kind of just be like, whatever, it's stupid. It's when it's, oh God, they really made me want to channel my inner Dan Shaughnessy this weekend. Like, just want to like call them losers and pathetic. And it was when it's plays that like a little leaguer wouldn't make. When it's mental errors that you learn like when you're 9 years old playing baseball, that's when it's extremely frustrating. I was a fucking ghost when I saw that Reese play. I was a ghost for about 45 minutes. Like, I couldn't be reached. I couldn't be approached. That so mind-numbingly stupid to end a game like that. And then, of course,
it's
the
stupid
fucking
in
cherry
like
on top.
4 different ways too, which
It's
I think
so
is why,
stupid.
Which is why it was special. Like it compounds. Like there's that
Lack
there's
of
the first,
situational
There's
awareness.
the first mistake of even taking off in the first place.
Right. There's the idiocy of thinking it's a home run by putting your hand up. Right?
He's doing the Christian Vasquez in the.
It didn't even hit the
28-3
wall,
game.
Right?
Yeah,
You know?
it didn't.
It'd be one thing if like it was a regular park and like he like reached over the wall to catch it and like robbed a home run. That'd be one thing. It would still be stupid, but at least you could be like, okay, at least it had a chance to go out. This never did have a chance. It looked pretty good off the bat. Maybe looked like a double off of the bat, but that's it.
Did anyone ask him if he thought that there were 2 outs?
I mean,
That's a great question, because at first I
Not that
really
that would
thought
be
he
any
just
better
lost track
than
but-
what happened, but I mean, I just can't because at Fenway Park, if a ball is hit to
left center
towards to left center, and you're on second base, there's really no need to take a lead.
You're scoring no matter what.
Yeah,
even if he goes halfway.
Yeah.
Miguel Cabrera scores
Well, no,
there
he
no
just
matter.
fucking took
Giancarlo
off.
Stanton scores there no matter what.
Benji Molina.
Name that Molina. I've been thinking about it ever since the fucking. I stopped myself. Like, I stopped myself on Sunday in the middle of watching the game there, like that fucking disaster. And I stopped myself on Monday just like randomly thinking, like, he really fucking made that mistake. Because again, like, mistakes happen. People are human. You know what I mean? You're prone to errors at times. That's fine. And you can lose a game in a regular fashion. You can live with it. But this is like. The people fucking defending Reese by saying, "Oh, it was Fabulous' fault." It can be both. Fabulous can be stupid for sending the send.
Apparently, Fabulous was waving at Urias, which makes it even worse.
What does he have to do with it? Well, he's the second guy.
He's waving. He's just like he's telling him keep the line moving.
All right, so this is kind of related, but not. I think there needs to be a better system for waving guys in, like a guy from second, because I feel like. Turn around and come in and stuff. They're all a little close. You know, I think we need more.
Talk to Jeff Suppan about that. Didn't he get? He was the guy who got pegged off at third base there in Game 3 of the World Series in 04, right?
Yeah.
The no,
Fabulous
go.
was doing like a
David Ortiz defensive masterclass.
A rotation thing with his hands, but you could sort of perceive that as turn around, keep going. Like there's like. I don't know. It's just a disaster. I will say, I was sitting in the bleachers Saturday, so I had a really good vantage point of it. And when the ball was hit, you thought it might have a chance to hit the wall. I didn't think that's
it was
the thing.
out,
it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't even. It didn't really. I mean, Kiermaier kind of made it look like it was going to hit the wall because, like, after the fact, he kind of like jumps into it, but. It was still kind of like just hit to the warning track. I feel like if you're a Red Sox player and you watch batting practice at Fenway Park every day,
yeah, you play 80 games a year there. You
should
know
be
how
able
the
to tell.
Park works.
You should be able to tell whether or not the ball's going to hit the wall.
You've been here a year, pal. You've been here a year.
You have a functioning enough of a brain, like capacity. You're not a baby. You're not a toddler. Your frontal cortex is developed enough where you're like, hey, it's not 2 outs. Like, I have to stop halfway here. I can't. It's so stupidly simple. That's what makes me so aggravated about it. It's such a simple do not do. I'm getting red.
I didn't even look. What did Urias? Did he Urias?
Urias. I think it's how
there
it's
you go.
pronounced.
I was missing the emphasis. Did he play it correctly? Because that's even more embarrassing for Reese. Because he got there 2 days ago. If he saw
I don't know.
it right.
I don't know because Fabulous was the one talking to him.
That's
So,
so crazy that
I just-
he was talking to the second guy.
I mean, call it cope or whatever. Just I'm drinking the copium over here. I look at it this way: they were 7-0 against the Blue Jays going into the series. Just chalk it up to everything swinging back the other way. Above
Liam,
averages.
you know what, Liam?
They came home to
Love
roost.
that. That's great.
You know what, Liam? Hate
You
that.
got
Hate
oh,
it. Hate
oh,
it.
okay.
Hate it.
you got
This
10
is the
games
biggest
starting
series
tonight.
of the year, and they diarrhea city.
No, I mean they've been beating them all year up until that point.
Up
I'm
until it was the
turning-
most important time to beat them, and then just
I'm turning the
This is-
page. I'm on to these 10 games against absolutely ass teams. If they're really serious, they'll go 7-3, 8-2. If they're
gotta
not,
fucking
then,
hope that they go.
then they are who we thought they were.
That's
Let
kind of
up.
the nice thing about this stretch is it's such a clear barometer for what's gonna like. If they blow
if
it
you-
here, it's like okay. I mean, that's it. That really is it.
Then the Astros and Dodgers come in.
Yeah, then they're gonna
and that's-
bury them. You know,
blow
and
your
that's
doors off. And then
the
September's here.
coolest option. What I think would be fun and also very in line with this team is going like 5-5, and then sweeping the
running
Dodgers
through.
and Astros.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
taking
assholes.
6 of those 7 games against Houston coming up, right?
Yeah, I think.
Random side note here: it's Monday night. My sister is at the game. She got tickets for tonight's game. I get a text from her 10 minutes ago. So apparently, we're sitting next to the owner of the Red Sox. She says,
Okay,
"I'm trying to figure out like
John
potential." I asked, "Is it John Henry?"
LeBron.
I said, "What does he look like?" Because my sister, God love her, doesn't.
Can
pay
she just
too
take a
much attention.
picture? I mean, is it?
No,
like-
I'm trying to learn more information. If the show develops here and we get more information, we might have
He
my
might,
sister
he
do
might
some
call
dirty
in.
work
We
for
may
us.
have John Henry on the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Get him on the phone.
Right. He's done no media for 3 years, but he'll be here.
He'll come on Pod on Lansdowne.
Yeah, right.
His big return.
Some of my biggest allies, my biggest
Frost
supporters in the
Nixon.
media.
It's like Frost
I'm gonna-
Nixon. We're getting John Henry.
I'm gonna start tweeting at him every day now to come on the pod.
Wait, he has a Twitter?
oh, yeah,
John
he used-
_W_Henry, my
Yeah.
friend, right?
He used to be like super active.
I have I have a little quick reference for how I watch the Reese play. I don't even watch Succession, but I've seen the GIF a million times. When the spaceship blows up and he
Yeah.
just kind of looks at it and puts
Roman,
his phone down.
yeah.
I was
In the
getting ready
bathroom.
to go to the Boy Genius show. I was in Colorado, going to the Boy Genius show, and I
That
was
was
like,
Boy Genius.
It was great. I was putting I was literally like getting dressed, and I had the game on the Nessun app on my phone. I watched it happen. I looked at it for a few seconds, and I just real clean, just clicked the phone. I set it down, and I went, okay, I'm gonna go to a nice concert now. I didn't let it. I just put it down.
You didn't
just put it
want to
down.
waste your
What's,
vocal cords screaming in agony because you had to sing
Fitz,
$20
what's the-
and not strong enough.
What's the first half of the Oppenheimer quote where he's like, "Some people laughed."
Yeah. Some people cried. Some people laughed.
That's all.
Most
That's all
most
Jake
were
was
just
doing.
most were just silent.
That was Jake.
These things are hard on the heart. I've been saying, by the way, speaking of Oppenheimer, I've been saying cock and bull story all weekend. It was a cock and... The 2023 Red Sox have been a cock and bull story. 100%. God damn. It's a little bit of a scatterbrained episode, I think it's going to be.
Well, there's a lot to address.
Yeah, there's
Ah!
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, what
just
a,
the
what a
weekend,
week.
the trade deadline. I mean, everything since they went to the West
Alex
Coast,
Cora,
which has been
disaster class
horrid.
managing in Seattle. We haven't even thought about that because of what happened at the fucking Boston Massacre of
I can't talk
2023.
about him anymore. I can't talk about him anymore.
AC.
I get so I can't do it.
Was this the most like? I'm trying to think in terms of like off the field stuff. I mean, because of all the Verdugo
20,
drama over the
2011,
weekend.
my friend.
I'm trying to think like when's the last time we really had like a big outside the club like
12.
Price and Eckersley?
The
Oh,
biggest
yeah,
incident
that-
would be
That's-
David Price and Eckersley, probably.
Yeah,
was
that's
that 16?
the first one.
17?
16 or 17.
One of those
Yeah,
years.
one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of that, you got to go back to like 11 and 12.
Yeah.
So-
The Pablo incident, Instagram. That was more just funny though. That wasn't really like turmoil. It was just funny.
Yeah,
You know.
didn't he get suspended? They like sat him the next day though. Right?
Yeah, I think so for like a game or two or something like that.
I have been racking my brain trying to use that Cora clip from post game Saturday where he's like, "I decided he wasn't going to play. I decided he wasn't going to play. I decided he wasn't going to play."
Well, we can
His
talk.
worst day in the
To
organization.
sum it all up, things are going very well. Here in Boston. To sum it all up, things are going very well here in Boston.
God damn it, dude.
Red Sox baseball, baby.
was
Catch
such
the
a-
fever.
Such a fucking disappointment this weekend. And all three of them were like, because they just like Friday was just like, bleh, like right from the start, very first pitch home run from Whit fucking Merrifield. It was just like bleh, right from the get go.
We got to talk about Davis Schneider real quick.
Yeah, this fucking
this
guy.
motherfucker. Seeing him in my nightmares.
Mustachioed nightmare. Yeah. Let's talk
The
a little bit.
mustachioed mercenary.
Oh God. Let's talk a little bit more about him after the break because we gotta step aside because I have to scream into the void.
Remember, we have lots of
Yeah, we'll get to it.
viewer stuff.
We will get to it.
Well, we should talk like this the rest of just NPR. We should do
All things considered.
maybe not this one, but we should do a whole episode like this.
Buzz, 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 buzz. All right, 5 seconds. We're back. Cock and bull stories on Lansdowne. Jake, Liam, I'm Fitz. If you have a show, question, or comment, you can give us a call on our voicemail line at 617-420-2431. Again, 617-420-2431. We actually have a couple questions, and we'll get to those later in the program. This fucking Schneider guy, though, Liam, you're right. That was just icing on the cake.
I mean, he terrorized us all weekend. I got the BREF page up right now. 13 at bats, 9 hits, 2 home runs, a walk. His slash line right now is 692, 733.
Ugh.
The slugging's 1154. The OPS is nearly 1900.
2,000. I was going
No.
to say, yeah.
The OPS plus is 417.
Jesus Christ.
He looked like the greatest player I've ever seen.
He was special.
They should have been intentionally walking him by the end of the game Sunday. But shout out to him. He was what, like a 28th round draft pick. So.
Speaking of intentionally walking, they gotta intentionally walk Bobby Witt like every at bat this series.
Yeah, who else is in that lineup? I mean,
There's
Sal's
nobody.
hurt, right?
Yeah,
That's an automatic double if you automatically walk Bobby Witt because he's just going to steal
That's
second.
right. He would steal second.
Even with Wong behind the plate, Witt has fucking wheels. So I get the sentiment, but yeah.
Fitz, I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, he just had a long trip out to the Rockies. How is Coors?
Oh, I meant of the team, but that too.
Oh, that
I'm
too.
also yeah.
How was Coors?
Coors is great. I think it's number 2 on the parks I've been to.
Ooh. How was the concourse? Was it spacious? Did you have room to walk around?
Oh,
How was
yeah.
the food?
I hate Fenway a little more every time I go to a new park. Like I'm like, oh man, I
They're gonna
can't
yell at
fucking
you.
breathe in this place. But no, it was beautiful. I went up and I sat in the mile high seats, the seats that are 5,280 feet above sea level.
Is that in right field?
Well, it's the whole upper ring.
Oh, row. Yeah, true.
But
true.
in right field you could see the Rocky Mountains.
Oh wow,
That's cool.
So that was cool.
it looks
yeah.
like I would love to see a game there.
Yeah, Padres handedly beat the Rockies. Whatever. But yeah.
Did you meet Dinger?
No, there was a really long line, and Sophie wouldn't let me wait in it. So,
You didn't push over
To meet
a
Dinger.
group of children like you did at the Bruins game.
but I
that we
took a
went to
picture
back
in front of
December?
him, but it wasn't really with him. But yeah,
Yeah,
Dinger, I'll say maybe the best mascot in the sport.
cool as hell.
It's a cool mascot.
Yeah,
Cool
it's
mascot.
great story.
Yeah, the
great
backstory is very
colors.
cool. They found the fossils when they were building the
Yeah,
park. Dinosaur
I'm a big
fossils.
Dinger guy.
Shout out Dinger. Anything to not talk about the fucking Red Sox right now.
Yeah, no,
Hey, Trevor Story's going to be back by the time this episode drops.
Ooh, that's a
Yay.
great. Let's talk about that a little bit. Huh?
We do have that. I mean, Jake, you've been putting out the miracle clip for the past week and a half.
Okay, well, so that's what I was saying.
Every night.
Put your
every
gear
night.
on.
Everybody thought. Everybody was like, "Hey, you shouldn't he player empowerment or whatever. Like he needs the time." But clearly, somebody got in his ear and was like, "Trevor, pal," because originally he was not supposed to be till Thursday, but now it's Tuesday. So like clearly, somebody did share the opinion of mine. Like, dude, we're running out of time here.
They showed him the clip.
They did. Put your gear on.
He saw he saw what happened over the weekend, and it was it the nanny? No, not the nanny. What's the the British lady. They call her in to like help the like troubled
Super Nanny.
Super Nanny. Thank you.
Oh,
You guys
I'm
are
on
in
my
crisis. I'm on
Yeah.
my way.
Yeah.
That's Trevor's story. That's Chris
Well,
Sale.
that's. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, because like I did get people being angry about him staying down there, like to a point. But he is a human, and if he needs to rehab, he needs to rehab.
Yeah, he knows his body.
But then I also was at a point like he played 9 innings on Sunday in Worcester. I'm like, just do that up here. You know, I don't care if you go over. I mean, your defense. It's like, you know, it's.
I mean,
The defense could fucking because I tweeted earlier this past week the whole like the Red Sox defense averages 1 Looney Tunes ass play every week. This past week they made like 7 of them.
I was gonna say that feels like
there's one every
low
night.
ball.
Right?
Yeah.
And now, since I tweeted it, it's been awful. I mean, this weekend there were like 4
I mean,
throwing the
Durant
ball
on
around,
Sunday.
doing this,
But
that,
that-
and the other.
But yeah, that's like I just
Par for the course.
yeah, Trevor. We're dying up here. We're starving.
I mean, my
us
immediate
something.
reaction before they pushed up his return date was just kind of like, the team doesn't deserve him right now anyway. Like show me you can
no,
beat the Royals
he's
without
getting
him.
paid. What do you mean? It's
No,
not
I
like
know,
they're trading for him.
No. I'm just saying, like, he can take all the time he wants because like the team right now, he's not going to save them single-handedly if they keep playing like this. Let's be real. But I'm happy to see we'll get him 48 hours sooner. So
Yeah, that's
better late than never.
golly, that's fantastic. Ugh, man, dude, it's
Sale might start Friday, so like Whitlock
That'd be
maybe
nice.
Sunday.
there's that
There
pitching
wasn't a-
depth they could have used. Fellas, they could have used a
Well,
fucking
brother.
innings eater this weekend.
Fitz is banging the horn for Jordan Lyles.
Yeah, anyone, just someone.
He's in town this week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Royals legend. Jake, you've been speaking of trade discussions, you've been touting the Chaim Bloom cooked by not trading at the deadline or not really buying at the deadline.
Okay, so
Do you want to dive
we
in on
kind
that?
of- Yeah, I mean, my opinion hasn't really changed from last week, except they kind of proved him right. I mean, they shit their pants 2 series in a row post deadline, and 2 things: clearly not buying. Like look at the Angels. If we were doing that right now, and we traded
Yeah.
like prospects with real
Like
meaning,
1
and
and
then
6
we shit
since
our
the
pants.
deadline or something, or like since trading for Giolito.
They are 1 and we're 1 and 6. I
Well,
think they might be.
Oh,
They're
and
own.
six.
They're own.
7.
I saw
Yeah.
a tweet.
there you go.
I think it was this morning, Monday morning. One of the bigger beat writers tweeted out like the Diamondbacks are 0-6, the Angels are 0-6.
Yeah.
There were like 2 other teams who were also 0-6 since the deadline.
Marlins.
And they had made moves. So you're like, I mean, that's baseball, Susan.
Yeah, I mean that's like code red. If that was, I mean, we're in like we're maybe what DefCon 3.
I'll
Like things
take
could
3.
be things could be worse.
I think it was DEFCON 3 on 9/11. I think they activated to DEFCON 3.
Oh well, this
So,
is
yeah, this past weekend
So maybe
was on
DefCon. We're on
9/11.
DefCon 4. We're on DefCon.
Yeah,
4.
the lower the number, the
Yeah.
more serious it is, right? Like DEFCON
Yes,
1, it's like, oh, we're
correct.
about
DefCon
to
1 is like
get
the world
nuked.
is ending.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. DEFCON 5 is like neutral.
I guess.
I think it goes up to 5 or down
Yeah.
to 5, I should say.
Yeah. But my point being, had that, I mean, I can't even imagine if that happened. I mean, the Angels, not our farm is obviously so much better than them, and it's a different situation completely. That, like Ohtani's a free agent at the end of the year, so they were going for it. But now, I mean, they are completely fucked if he doesn't
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're losing, and the guys they acquired stink. Giolito is
Oh my God, it
bombing.
looks
and
terrible.
like you don't have Trout for a long time.
Yeah.
Like basically the next
But
month. Or
okay, so
handful of
that's
weeks.
one.
I mean, they're making Ohtani cry in the dugout
Yeah, that's
after
crazy.
losing games.
So that's one thing. I'm glad they didn't buy. The second thing, and everybody keeps going back to this, like we needed a direction about selling. There are 2 guys on that roster that
I got one of their B refs pulled up for you.
Well, because
Jake.
so Turner is kind of its own separate thing. I do genuinely think they're probably going to retain him. It seems like
I thought it was a player option.
It is, but it's for
It
$8
is.
million. He's going to opt out.
Not true. Okay, yeah. So they give him another.
So I
yeah,
think they'll
yeah.
because he's been important and it's a good fit, and I just don't really foresee. I don't know, but so other than him, it's Paxton, it's Duval. Duval's been fucking awful
For
since he
Dugo.
came back. He's batting 180. Or,
I
Talking about guys who could be traded.
got
for
his.
Dugo
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
One of them too.
well,
I mean,
but I
for-
meant free
for
agents at the
Duval,
end of the year.
Gotcha,
You could trade
gotcha.
Verdugo
Expiry
after the
deals.
season ends.
Cool.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Duval's been awful since he came. He's batting 189, I believe.
I have so in 36 games started, his line is 199. The on base is 268. The
pardon
slugging's 382. The OPS is 650.
Yeah, that's not getting
Not
you
good.
anything.
It's not
So-
good.
Like nobody's giving you. That doesn't matter. Just hold on to him.
So
and
you
then
would,
Paxton,
you wouldn't have gotten anything for him.
Paxton, if he's again, this is a huge if with him, but it's been fine so far this year. If he's healthy at the end of the year, there is no way he's not turning down a qualifying offer. There's no way he's got one bag left in him. Somebody's going to give him 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. So it only takes one team.
Yeah. So
what
I
we were
think
saying
it's-
over the offseason
and
after
that
the
gets
Xander
you, that gets you like a 40th overall pick or somewhere in that.
Yeah, it's in their
ballpark now.
40s or 50s.
And that's very valuable. That's extremely valuable.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, after they fumbled it last year.
Yeah,
with
I
those
just don't.
qualifying
So
offers.
it's like standing pat. It's not sexy. It's not exciting, but it's fine.
It has prompted discourse in to whatever degree I agree with it. I'm not totally sure one way or the other, but it does bring up the point, like, if this is a 5-year plan for the Red Sox and for Chaim Bloom's tenure, if they are at this, a week or two, before the trade deadline next year, basically, like almost a year from now,
Yeah.
if they are in a much better spot, like
I'm
how
glad you
much
brought
is
this
he
up.
willing to buy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much is he willing to fork over in terms of prospect pedigree? And I think it's a fair question.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to it. I wanted to kind of pick your brain regarding that
Yeah.
because if you don't think that this was the year to buy, fine, I can live with that. I can.
I mean,
kinda
do
see
you,
where you're coming
Fitz? Do you feel that way?
from. That they should have bought this year? Not like heavily, but we talked about it last week. I
Right.
would have liked
An
an
arm,
extra innings
sure.
eater, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
whatever.
But for the most part, like like capital B buying, no, I didn't think that this was the year for it. But if it is the year for it next year, is he going to flip that switch? Is he going to be more of a buyer? I think that's a fair question to ask because we've had this for 4 years now. The one time when they were truly in contention was 21, and yeah, they did buy Kyle Schwarber, and yeah, that ended up being a shrewd move. They also kind of got him on the cheap because he was hurt.
Sure.
He wasn't like the prize of the deadline. We
also,
we
I w-
traded
but I
for
would've-
we traded for
I
Kyle
would've
Schwarber. We were all
said-
just kind of like, okay, he had that one really good month with the Nationals at the time, but it was, we were like, okay, fine, but it wasn't like a moving mountains sort of move. Ended up working out, true, 100%. But I'm just curious if we are at this juncture next year where the team's outlook is improving and they are on the up and up, and some of the big guys are coming up sooner rather than later. How much are they going to fork over to try to put this team over the top? Bloom, that is. I'm not sure.
I've got some thoughts here.
Yeah, let's hear.
When they hired Heim, there was a few things that it was like we got to get these things done.
Sure.
First, they needed to rebuild the farm. It was literally dead last
Check.
the day he got hired.
Anyway,
check.
you look,
That's a big old check.
Mid-season
either,
list,
either the
they've
third or
jumped
fifth
way
best
up.
farm in the league right now, depending on where you look.
Which
That's
is nice.
damn good. That's
Yeah.
damn good. Second, and this kind of got muddled last year, but we've reset the tax, and so right now we're good. It's gonna be we're clean the end of this year.
Do you think the team's going to tweet about it again this time?
It'd be
Oh,
funny if
God.
they did, but I
That
don't
would
think
be a
they
good commitment to the bit.
Yeah, it would.
I would respect the hell out of that.
So they did that. Cleared all that money. We had a lot of money of like there wasn't anything egregious, I don't think, but it was a lot of money tied up.
Yep, and you're going to have more money coming off the books soon. Not this upcoming off season, but some money will be.
Well, the
cleared
only
off.
bad, it's just Sale next year.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nobody, and whatever. That's the Red Sox. You can afford one fucking bad contract. And I would say all of those things have been accomplished. Now you got to win games. But I think that, so my thing is everybody's getting pissed off about this year's deadline, and it's like, shut up, whatever.
No move that they would have made this year would have stopped the fucking disaster that was this weekend. It was a complete failure from top to bottom this weekend against Toronto. Biggest series of the year. They failed in every aspect. No trade was going to really do that. Now, an extra arm would have helped, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have turned
But
the tide
also,
of the series.
well, so I actually think I've been seeing tweets this week. This is just a quick little side thing because it's been pissing me off the last few days. A bunch
Airing
beat
of
writers-
grievances.
Yeah, a bunch of beat writers have been like, "Oh, X amount of innings have been pitched by relief pitchers the last X games or whatever, Y games. I already used X, so it'd be Y games, because." But
Like a
that's
brainiac over here.
such a misleading way of framing. Like
Yeah, we only
Pivetta
have
for-
2 traditional
Pivetta,
starters.
for all intents and purposes, is starting. Like he's throwing 6
Yeah.
innings a game, but they're counting that. Like I know that the relief
It's a little dishonest.
pitching
to
is
call him
getting
as a reliever.
thin, but it's not like a disaster. It's not like Murphy's throwing several innings at once too. So, but that's been upsetting me because it's painting an even. Listen, we don't need to exaggerate here. It's bad. Like it's you could just say how it is. But with Heim, it's like to me, I don't know how you can sit and watch several aspects of the 2023 Red Sox and be like his vision is not working at all. Like because that's that is objectively there is tangible evidence on the 23 roster of that vision at least beginning to work. You have Duran he held on to. Casas is one of the better bats
Keeping
in
Casas
the AL
up.
now.
You know, after his struggles, letting
Yeah,
him work
like
through
seeing that through Bayo. That's the first starting pitcher we've developed in 15 fucking years. Like, there's things that are happening. The Massa signing. There's things that are happening that are good. And it's when he came in, it's a 5-year plan. This is year 4. I would say if you don't make the playoffs next year, he gets fired, and I think that's completely fair. But I think
I would agree.
I think you have to give him next year.
I would also agree with that. Yes.
All right, and that's where I'm at.
I-
It's like,
I'm riding with you.
there were people on Twitter getting pissed off. I got in several fights this week on Twitter. I've been feeling like a
You've
bit
been
of a
like the last like
yeah. I've
week
been a bit of a
feisty.
rascal lately.
Feisty.
I know.
really
I
punchy on
know.
Twitter. You've been wicked
I know.
punchy.
I know. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I feel good about it. But there was somebody who was getting
Like
pissed
Venom
off.
right now.
This ownership doesn't do explosive off seasons anymore. Look how that's working out. Explosive
It
off seasons
never works.
You don't.
Never worked
money
once.
does not buy you championships anymore. It doesn't. Red Sox fans like that have older fans that lived through like the 90s, the early 2000s. You cannot go out and buy a ring anymore. Teams are too smart. You have. Look at the last two. The Astros and the Braves are the last 2 champions. Those teams pump out prospects that become major leaguers like you wouldn't. And then both of them have let 2 of their best players walk. They didn't miss a fucking beat. Like that's how you have to. That's what you need to do to win. The Braves let Freddie Freeman, who's having fucking one of the greatest seasons of the last like 10 years, and they're like, okay.
And he's
whatever.
not going to win MVP. You know why? Because the Braves already have the MVP on their
That-
fucking roster
yeah.
right now. That's
And
why
then,
it's
and then
Acuna.
Dansby Swanson's been great for the Cubs, and it doesn't fucking matter. Like, and the Astros are the same thing. They let Correa walk. They let Springer walk. They let Cole walk.
they're
Like,
fine.
it doesn't matter. That is how, in order to build a sustainable team, you gotta do that now. You have to. There's no way around it. You cannot just go
Spend your money
throw
smartly.
cash, throw cash. Like the
I agree. I
Padres-
agree with you. I
mid.
agree with a lot of what you're saying. But if there is a situation where they can outspend teams, they really, for the most
No,
part.
and I agree. And
Yeah.
also, people kind of ignore that they handed out the 11th biggest contract in the history of the sport 8 months ago. Like that's not pretend. That really did happen. It's not. I don't know.
We did a podcast on it.
We did. It's just silly. I think and I tweeted this. You absolutely do not have to hand it to John Henry and co. He's fucked up a lot of stuff, but it's like the vision here makes sense. If you do want to build a sustainable team that doesn't, the Red Sox won 2 rings in the last 10 years, 10 years, which is great. That's more than any other team did in that time span. Well, no, actually, the Astros are the same, but even within those 10 years, they came in last like 5 times.
The turnover and the
Yeah,
roller
it's-
coaster.
Yeah,
They
I
want-
want to hear
been
Liam's
zero
thoughts on
stability.
this because he's kind of been on the
No,
sideline.
I really don't have anything else to add because I agree wholeheartedly with what Jake's saying. When we hired Heim, the idea was we reset everything. We rebuild the farm system. We reset the payroll.
There was an
You
idea.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Basically, Hein Bloom is Nick Fury.
Nick-
But I mean, the idea is eventually we become the Astros, the Braves, the Dodgers. Hopefully, more so the Dodgers, where we have the money to spend. The
Yeah, if need
Astros
be.
and the Braves, you look at it like they're not necessarily big spenders, but they have large enough payrolls and their farm systems are robust.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not like
They're
the
able.
fucking Astros are.
Yeah, they're
you
not.
know,
It's not like they're not
ripping
spending
coupons
money.
up. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. But these are teams that like have the financial might and the brains to be able to balance both at the same time. So, I mean, when you look at Heim, his job is to make sure we're competing every year, not just this year. Dabrowski's MO was, we're going to win right now, and we're going to do whatever it takes to win right now.
and it worked.
And
Can I just
And
say
it worked.
one thing?
but it's not, it's taken
Sustainable,
4 years, 4 years to kind of
Yeah.
reset that mess.
Again, I
Sure.
don't want to give John Henry any credit, but I'm going to give him a little credit here. Shout out the Red Sox or the ownership group for kind of understanding that like they won the World Series and then 1 year later they were like, Dave, you're gone. They kind of cooked with that. I have to be honest.
Got here,
I don't know.
hired gun.
I don't
came
know a
what
lot
he
of
was here for.
ownership groups
Yeah.
that would have had the balls to like fire a GM 390 days after they won a World Series or something. It was
Yeah.
pretty. I mean,
It's that Drewski video. Pleasure doing business with you.
yeah, it's been real.
Pleasure
handshake.
doing business, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, there's
But
that.
that's my rant. That's my rant.
Man, there you go.
I mean, I get like you look at each of their 4 World Series in this century, like they've been won a different way every time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 07 and 18 are similar, but for the most part, it's
Well, let's
They've done it a
So
different
04
way.
was basically. I don't think there was like a homegrown player on that roster. It was like
I
all
mean, a
trades.
lot of the key players were trades and free agents.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
trades. Yeah,
No, I mean,
07
who's
finally
homegrown?
had a farm
Bronson?
system.
Is there anybody else?
We'll go through the lineup.
Trot and Bronson.
Trot.
Yeah, I was gonna say Trot,
I think
Yeah,
that's
Johnny-
it.
Johnny Damon, you signed. Manny, you signed.
Lowe and
Cabrera, you
Veritek were
traded
trades.
for.
Yeah. I mean, like literally, I think they had 2 homegrown guys in the whole
Bill
Field
Miller,
trade,
free agent.
Manny, yeah,
Yeah.
no. Poppy, no.
Yeah,
Philly,
and then
no.
07
Pedro, no.
07 was like that perfect mix.
Exactly.
That couple big contracts, couple trades, some homegrown. 13, you win the World Series by accident.
Yeah, lightning in a
and
bottle.
Then 18 is basically the same thing as 07. It's like the big deals, the young guy. It's all that was like the perfect year again. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Now if they don't make the playoffs next year, that's it.
Yeah.
You had your
I'm
shot.
almost-
But I need next year. The whole thing hinges on next year.
I'm almost willing to give him 24 and 25.
I don't think the front office is
No,
giving him 25.
I don't think they would either, but
Let's see how 24 go. Don't put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if like every player got injured,
if
in
24 is
I would
fucking-
give him
they lose the
25.
World Series in 7 games, Heim Bloom stays. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
no, I mean,
like,
well, they don't need to win the World Series next
That's what I'm
year. I
saying.
think that's dramatic.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if they have a really good 24, yeah, he would get another. Like if they make a lot of progress at the end of 24, then yeah, he'll get 25. He'll get that.
I just
offseason
kind
to
of
try to
look
put
at
him
it
over
as
the top.
like, 5-year plan. For me, it started in 21, not 20. I can't look at 20 and in good faith be like, Hein, your clock started right then and there.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
bad hand.
That whole
That's
year
a
was fucked
bad
up.
hand.
That whole year was fucked up. So
Yeah.
One could say.
I'm
Honest
a little
Meyer,
bad
though,
hand.
we've talked about it. Thank goodness we have a top prospect out of it.
Yep. Shortstop of the future.
I mean, look at the Tigers. That kid, the kid that went second or
Torque?
third. Yeah, nobody.
No, that
nobody-
Jackson
he's-
Jobe.
Yeah, him.
oh, is that
Yeah.
who they took? Oh wow.
Yeah, he's nothing. He never called.
Never called. Do you want to
Haven't
answer
heard
some
from him
questions?
since.
Yeah, let's answer
Let's
some
do
Let's
it.
questions.
answer some
Let's do
questions.
it.
All right. Do we want to start with DMs or do we want to start with
I've got the Twitter pulled up if you want me to read.
rattle them off?
All right. Okay. First off, this is from @WaveMix. So when the boys tweet that we're recording, we use a picture of David Ortiz in a podcast studio.
Yep. Given the
And
deuces.
at our friend here at WaveMix, I think they may have interpreted it as we had David Ortiz on the podcast this week. They ask, which game does at David Ortiz consider the greatest game of his career? Well, why don't
We actually have David
answer?
Ortiz
We'll
on the
answer.
line with us. David, welcome to the show.
We'll answer.
Jay,
David.
Pod on Lansdowne. Jay. My boys, Jake, Liam, and Fitz. Yeah.
So we can answer that one if you guys want. We do not have, unfortunately, at WaveMix, my friend, we do not have Mr. David Big Papi
Yet.
Ortiz on the pod. Yet. That's right, Fitz.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's next week. Sorry.
What do you guys think? I mean, probably.
Probably, who was the pitcher that he tried to box like straight up on the mound? Was that Greg from
Kevin Gregg.
Kevin Gregg, yeah. He's like bobbing and weaving. I'd say that.
Okay. Sure.
That's no other games come to mind.
No,
Game 4,
I
Game
agree.
5, the Grand Slam in 13. Nope. Beating the shit out of
No.
Kevin Gregg.
No. Maybe when he hit that triple. That was
You
cool
like
too.
that out?
Yeah, in 13. I think that was
Yeah.
13. He hit that triple. All right, next question. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all we
Sorry
got.
at WaveMix, but when we
Wave
do
Mix
get
gets first dibs of asking a
Yeah,
question
you-
if we
When
get
we
David
do-
Ortiz
when
on the
we
show.
do have him
when
on.
we get, yes.
we will be in your DMs at WaveMix when David comes on.
Yeah.
This is from next up we have at our Bill Simmons pod. Fitz, friend of yours.
Was
he went
on that very recently. Go listen to the r/Bill Simmons podcast. Good
They-
conversation.
They ask, do you have regrets about saying the Sox should have been buyers at the deadline and that the
Relative
Yankees,
buyers. I said
now
basically what I
ahead
said
of the
on-
Sox, had zero shot at the playoffs?
no.
no.
On the latter, no. Still, they don't
They're
have a shot.
they're ahead of us, but they're still not in the like we're both not
No,
in the
they're
playoffs.
still they're a shell of their former selves, and their former selves couldn't get past the ALCS in the first place. No, I do not regret that about the Yankees. And what I mentioned on that podcast is what I mentioned last week about the trade deadline stuff. In what we just mentioned probably 15, 20 minutes ago, they shouldn't have been huge buyers. I just would have liked them to have added another arm. But I do stand by that.
All right, so there you go. That's that one. Thank you at our Bill Simmons pod. Next up, from our friend Webster, we have a math problem.
I'm gonna have to say I was never a math guy.
We're
Yeah, me
skipping this,
neither.
me either. Sorry, Webster.
No, I think that's good content. Let's.
All right, well, let me write it down. So it's 5. Hold on, okay, so it's 5.
I'm joking. This is not going to be
parentheses,
good content.
negative 3x minus
Is he
2.
going to make us do PEMDAS here?
Yeah, it is PEMDAS. Okay, here, I'll hold it up for you guys. Yeah, you know what? Webster, fuck off. We're not doing that. Next question.
Pod Wars, zing!
Next question from this one's actually kind of a heavy
Doing
question.
great so far, Jake, hosting. You're doing a
I know
fantastic
exactly
job.
which one you're talking about.
This is
When I'm on the honeymoon- when I'm
PEMDAS
on-
on Lansdowne.
When I'm
PEMDAS on Lansdowne.
When I'm on the honeymoon, this pod will be in good hands. Jake hosting, running the ship here.
Next up, but let's get serious for a second, guys. This is from our friend at Rain Blurred Sky. They preface it serious. Can we discuss how much of the fan base is just wildly anti-Semitic about Bloom all the time, which makes it impossible to talk shit? That's actually interesting. Yeah, some of it definitely is rooted in
Jake is the
anti-Semitism.
problem.
Yeah, it's me.
You're the problem. What the fuck?
Jake just muted as Sophie's yelling at him.
Stop. No, that's very real.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
was going to
totally
say, well,
real.
Jake, you have the unique perspective on this because you are Jewish. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm not smart enough to really give a great answer on
Well,
this,
a nuance to take.
but it's that I would say that's just a small but loud
Collection of
little
assholes.
Group. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Jake.
Okay.
Always is. It's the small hateful groups. I
they're always
choose to
the
believe.
loudest.
I choose to believe that there are more good people. I do. Maybe that's naive of me. You could call it naive. That's fine. But yeah, Liam's right. It's the dickheads, the small group of dickheads that are always the fucking loudest about it. So, which was obviously really unfortunate that there's no fucking room for any of that in
He's fucked
society
up.
as a whole. I was gonna say our
there's
game,
real
our
stuff
sport,
you
but-
can you know, I don't know, the return on the Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
trade. I
right.
don't know,
If
there's real
you're not
shit you
crazy
can get mad
about Jeter Downs, like no one's gonna blame you, but you don't have to fucking
Jeter Downs,
bring out
yeah.
tropes
Just get mad about-
and
just
slurs
get
and
mad about
whatnot.
Jeter
No,
Downs.
that's hot take. Yeah, don't want people to be anti-Semitic, but
Yeah.
no,
not
obviously
good.
that's unfortunate. Obvious.
We do not
And
condone that.
and if you didn't know by now, like any like fucking Trump association joke with us, it's not rooted in our appreciation of people who might be making those sorts of comments. But you know,
It's a bit. It's
called a
on
bit.
the record.
What was the unserious part?
Oh yeah, there's an unserious part here. Which players have the most aura on the team?
Ooh.
Tristan
That's a great
Casas.
question.
Yeah, I
Tristan
would.
Casas,
Casas
easily.
was the first one that came. to
Bayo
mind.
has really good aura.
Oh,
I'd say-
that's true too. Bayo and
Like
Reese
when he's
together.
cruising, when he's having a good, and he's kind of gets jacked up a little bit. He has really
Is
good
aura the word you'd want to use for Reese? Is that the word?
Oh no,
I like Moss's aura.
I
When he's
disagree.
taking pictures with
Actually,
his Frenchie.
You
I don't think he has
yeah.
great aura.
You don't think he does?
The
Why
pictures
not?
with
No,
his
he's just
dog
kind
are
of a
wicked
little.
hard. Are you kidding me?
He's just kind of a little guy.
That's his aura.
Massa.
I think
He's
it's
just guy-
powerful.
Oh, I don't think
Guys
so.
being dudes.
Yeah.
Who else? That is a really good question. I don't think we're a terribly aura-filled team right now.
I think-
Unfortunately,
I still think
Kenley's-
Casas with the
Kenley's
nails
aura.
and the yoga
Kenley,
out
yeah,
in the field.
That's good. Yeah, Kenley.
Kenley's
I
got a
think
good
it's by
aura.
far
Did you
Tristan.
see
Yu
him just-
Chang.
Yu Chang, great aura.
You coming up to Soldier Boy that's special.
Turner's got some aura.
Turner's got a good aura.
You
I'm
wanna
sick
talk
of the
about
walk-up
walk-up
song
songs?
though. We got to mix it up though. I'm sorry.
I like
we
it.
get it. We get
Not
it.
an Augustana guy.
We
I
got
think that's who it says. Augustana.
I mean, what? I
sorry.
yeah. I mean, I got it.
Good song,
in
good
April.
picture.
But
And all right, so we good?
That's
We
it
good
for the
with that one?
DMs.
No, there's one final one
All right.
oh,
from friend of the show, vendor Johnny.
oh,
Fellas, we've got a classic game here of marry, fuck, kill. All right, we ready?
a classic.
Fitz, you ready? You sounded unsure.
Marry,
there.
fuck a DFA. That might be more appropriate.
Sure. Okay. Marry, intercourse, DFA.
Extend for a decade-long contract. Buy at the deadline, DFA.
All right, here they are. Ready? Joe Jakes, Mauricio Joever, Justin Garza. So I have my answers actually. I take this game very seriously, and I went and looked up images of these three men.
Okay.
Like who would I spend my life with? Who would
sure.
I?
Who's
obsess with
which
them?
one of them are cuties?
So I would say Jakes is definitely like
The best
like
looking of the
like a
three.
legitimately handsome guy.
Yeah, he's not a bad-looking guy at all.
Yeah. So I think I would marry Jakes.
Sure. And Jake and Jake's.
I'm doing the
And
same.
and then I would also take his last name, so I could be
Jake
Jake
Jakes.
Jakes. Yeah, so that'd be funny, I think. So
a good
that's
bet.
definitely my answer, Jake Jakes. I would probably, I'd fuck Justin Garza, I guess. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think I'm with you on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
On off.
Love-
And then
Lovera.
Jovera, God love him, but he's not very good at pitching, and he's not really a looker either. So.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough out of him after this
So-
past weekend.
So I actually think. Thank you, Johnny, for the question. But I actually think that one's that's quite easy.
Consensus.
And those are the Twitter questions. Thank you, everybody, for those.
And we got
We love our
voicemails as well.
listeners.
Again, if you
And
have,
we do. We have some voice. Oh, gosh.
if you have a
People shut
question
up
for the
this week,
show,
huh?
it's 617-420-2431. We've got a pair of voicemails. I will explain them out loud here in case I can't figure out how to download them and get them into the the editing software, because I have to use Audacity now. Audacity's a piece of shit. But anyways, I could play them through the mic, but it's going to sound like garbage. You're not going to be able to hear anything. First question, going right here. A broader discussion on the elephant in the room, Alex Verdugo. That was the gist of the question, talking about one number 99. That's
It's
going
not
to be one
great.
of the biggest.
It's
going to be
not
one of the
great.
biggest conversations of the offseason. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Has to
I don't foresee a way he's on the opening day 24 roster, personally.
They package him in like maybe some of not like the upper echelon of prospects, but maybe an upgrade somewhere else, whether it's to the rotation or if
I don't
it's
even.
to.
I mean, maybe, but I don't really even know what
I mean,
he gets you right now.
the similarities to Benintendi right now are
Yeah.
startling.
Who tweeted that out? Somebody.
Great question. I wish I wish I came prepared with that. But I think at best you get, a bullpen guy like Wink in return. If you were to move him, I don't think you're not.
I think
if
you
you're
maybe
if you're
yeah.
It'd
just
have to be the
moving him,
package
I
for
don't.
an upgrade, I think.
It's only
I
he
don't-
only has 1 year of control next year too.
Yeah,
Like you're not giving him. It's tough. I just
Especially if you think Rafaela is going to be ready for
Exactly.
the next jump, or if you think Blaze isn't going to be far away. However you think about Anthony, you know what I mean? Guys like that.
Yeah, I mean, and even if you don't think Rafaela is ready, you could. I think it's over with him. I just really don't see a way he's on the opening day 24 roster. I think it's like the fact that they haven't talked extension with him. That feels. Yeah, I don't know. It's
And
bad. It's really bad. It's a bad situation.
Obviously, we have no idea what goes on in the clubhouse, but I don't think the relationship with Cora is. I mean, when he got benched for not hustling, okay, I get that. Like he's trying to, make sure he's playing the game the right way, etc. Yada yada. But after this past Saturday, I don't know what their deal is. The relationship is not in a good place.
This is because it was such a good first month or two.
Yeah, and I don't know when things are going good with Doogie. Like I love the guy. The aura, Doogie's aura when things are going great, amazing. But no, there are those. It's clearly those episodes and incidents. And maybe it's not all of it.
We've been
maybe
waiting
Saturday
for him to
was
make
like a
jump.
boiling.
Yeah, this isn't his.
We've been waiting for him to make a jump now for 4 years, and it hasn't happened. And I don't think
look, in friend of the program, Doink Patrol brought this up the other night, and it is a good point. It's got to be tough what he's going through off the field. Like, didn't his mom just get diagnosed with cancer recently?
That's true.
On top of the
Yes.
fact that he lost his grandmother, so like I'm sympathetic to that, of course. Like these are real people off the field with real friends, real family, real lives.
Sure.
I would
it wasn't that
imagine
good last year either, though.
I was gonna say, but you make the point, Jake, that there hasn't been a huge elevation of his game. He's been a solid enough of a player.
His best season
solid,
was
but
the COVID season.
yeah.
I mean,
so again, off the field, obviously, I'm sympathetic to that kind of thing, and I think people, I think sometimes that gets lost when you talk about sports, which it is what it is. But you are right in the fact that there hasn't been a huge jump there. I think we're going to learn a lot about the outlook of Alex Verdugo in August and September here. If it stays like this, I would agree. I wouldn't see him on the opening day roster. It just wouldn't.
I think even if he finishes great, he's gone.
No, if he has a good last month and a half or so, he might,
peak value though. Then you're getting more for him. I just think I don't. There's not a fit. I don't know. I think everybody. I think he's checked out. I think Cora's checked out. It just. I mean, and then even before this, there was the Castillo report that they were trying to trade him at the deadline. So clearly they're already thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Rafaela get some ABs come September, personally, just to know if that's a thing we can do.
He's hitting well in.
Yeah, I'm fascinated
in the minors
by
right now.
him personally. He doesn't walk, but whatever.
He runs.
He's a Gold Glove defense too, which is you need that.
Yeah.
In Fenway, right? But yeah, no, Doogie. Yeah, it's been real. I don't
Officially ready to call it there.
I just don't. I'll see you, man.
So, Kyle Teal.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking. I pulled up the Benintendi numbers compared to Verdugo. If we're just looking at it from like a career perspective, I mean, Benintendi's played 850 games. Verdugo's only at 608, but still, the slash line 284 for Verdugo, 279 for Benintendi. The on base is 342 compared to 351. Slugging's 430 compared to 422. OPS literally just a point apart. Verdugo's at 772.
Both made defensive strides. towards the end of their.
Yeah, I mean the OPS plus is literally the
Benintendi
same
was
at
better
107.
defensively towards the end. He did get better. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was also
But yeah,
in the midfield.
the OPS plus
Yeah.
is the same. It's 107.
It's not a complete 1-to-1 comparison.
Yeah.
No,
There is
not
a
at
lot
all.
of similarities. So.
But
Yeah.
for narrative purposes,
Yeah.
I tweeted today, and I stand by this. I think if the Red Sox just let Mookie walk at the end of 2020, there'd be so much less discourse about it. It'd be like, oh yeah, that sucked. Like you wouldn't, but
it's the active decision to say we
Yes.
don't want him on the roster.
exactly. And it's like, then we don't have Connor Wong, we don't have Verdugo. Sure, but it's. I don't know. Sometimes I do wish they just let him walk at the end of the year. I wouldn't lose sleep about it in the same way.
I was gonna say because it still irks me a bit to this day.
Because then it's like, they negotiate. He didn't want to hit free agency. They wouldn't negotiate. Another teams negotiated.
And again,
You know.
it's I fucking revisionist history whenever this topic comes up. Mookie Betts did want to be in Boston. He has said it on the record multiple times now.
Well, we don't need to litigate this again.
I know. It's just worth bringing up because
Anyway,
we're on the topic. There.
yeah. Point being, Alex Verdugo, it's been real. I'll see you. I'll see you on the Marlins next year, pal.
Let's step aside for a quick break, and then we'll go to our second voicemail, and then we'll wrap up the program with some grid.
What are you eating?
We're back. Pond on Lansdowne. Final segments here. Fitz, Jake, Liam. Another voicemail question. Calling question: your favorite piece of Red Sox memorabilia that you have? This is a good one. I think this was. I believe this was Sam. I believe they sent this in. Shout out Sam.
This is a good one. Oh gosh,
I have
I
an
love
answer.
my bobble. Can it be anything? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be signed. It's just a Red Sox thing.
Yeah.
Well, I have some vintage Red Sox clothing that I adore. I've got
Your Johns.
I got my Johns. I got a 1986 World Series shirt with lefty and righty on it that I love.
Shout
It's
out
a
lefty and
ringer-
righty.
a
No
ringer
centricity
shirt.
though.
No. And then I got I love my Catch the Fever hat from the 90s.
That's gas.
Snapback. And then I love my bobbleheads. I'm a sucker for
Bobbleheads
a
are
stadium
good, yeah.
giveaway bobblehead.
I have a Verdugo one. I got a sale one.
Yeah, I got
Fisk.
my favorite one. Pedro tied to the pole might be my favorite one I
Got
have.
Manny.
Oh, that's a great one.
I got a big Wade Boggs one, like bigger than your normal one. Wade Boggs jersey up there for me, the V-neck, like
actually-
the blue batting practice V-neck one.
In 19,
Beautiful
they
jersey.
did a set of
the wind dance
playoff
Oh, the World
moments.
Series ones. Oh
Oh,
yeah, it's like
yeah,
Brock
so it's
and
it's one from
Nate.
each series. It's Brock hitting a cycle, Benny diving for the catch, and Nate pitching in the World Series, and they like go together. And
That's
the
cool.
logo,
That's gas.
the World Series
That's
champions
pretty
logos
cool.
on the bottom. Yeah,
I've always thought about
games,
buying that
so-
on eBay.
Yeah,
Never
I
pulled the
actually
trigger.
made a point. Those were like the 3 games I went to that year. I got those 3.
Napped
so,
it out.
Yeah. I
Love my 75 socks hat. Love my condom socks hat, dad hat.
Sure,
In terms
sure.
of actual
Condom
memorabilia,
socks
though,
rock.
I've
Hey,
got
I actually don't have that much memory. Now that I'm like,
I've got a
looking around.
signed. I think it's back at my parents' house right now, but I have a signed scorecard of the Derek Lowe no hitter signed by Jerry Remy. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I have a Mo Vaughn sign ball, just because my dad and him played high school baseball together, which is
Ah,
fun.
about that. Get Mo on the pod if you have the connections.
Yeah. What?
Well, they're not. Yeah, maybe I'll.
They're not buddies. Um,
They had a
I'd have to
falling
say
out.
mine is. It's not an official piece of memorabilia because it's not authenticated, but it's a signed David Ortiz ball
Oh,
from
damn.
my first year with the Orioles when I was a summer intern. It was like your internship's over. Here's a gift. We know you're a Red Sox fan.
Oh,
and it
that's
was like
very
an
nice.
under the table signed David Ortiz ball.
hmm.
So that's my big one. I wouldn't trade my first child for it. So
Did he give you the signed phone that he smashed?
no, I
can't.
wish. But
That's a
yeah,
good question, though.
That's mine.
Love some nice memorabilia. Makes me want to get a John now. Get another John.
I know,
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
making
look up
me-
those.
it's making
I'm gonna
me
look up those
wanna hop
bobbleheads on eBay.
as well.
Grid time. We going to Grid City. to wrap up the show?
Yeah, let's do it. I haven't looked at it.
Let's pull it up. This is me stalling for the immaculate grid. All right. I got it now. Jake, do you have it? Jake's looking around.
No, I was looking for more stuff I have.
Oh, more memorabilia?
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm good.
All right, what do we got, Jake?
All right, top to bottom, that'll be your rows. We have the St. Louis Cardinals, the Houston Astros, and 300-plus saves in a career. And left to right, these will be your columns. We have the Los Angeles, California Angels of Anaheim. We have the Chicago Cubs, and we have a World Series champion, but it says you have to have been on the World Series roster. So, interesting.
Important clarification.
Yes.
Liam, you
right.
starting us off today, pal?
Sure. I got one for Cubs Cardinals. I was gonna go John Lackey.
John
Ooh,
Lackey, that's a good one.
That's terrific. I was going to say Jason Hayward.
Mr. Lackey. I was going to say Lou Brock for that one.
Or John Lester, also.
3%, John
No,
Lackey.
that's true.
People
Pretty
forget
good.
John Lester pitched.
He finished
St.
with the
Louis.
Cardinals, didn't
Yeah.
he?
I'll take this next one just because we just talked about him a couple moments ago. Cardinals World Series champion. Red Sox legend. How about Jeff Suppan?
There you go.
0.5%.
Holy
Shout
moly!
out Jeff Suppan.
All right. I will do.
We love Suppan.
Can I get freaky here?
Get as freaky as you
I
want.
mean, 300 plus saves. There's not that many guys have that, so I don't think you can get that weird with that one.
Some, probably. About,
mean, like-
I would say probably about 30 guys or so.
Like
25 guys.
Kimbrel or Chapman for the Cubs. Which do you think would be lower? Probably Kimbrel.
Probably Kimbrel. Lee Smith, you could do.
Ooh.
Lee
Yeah,
Smith
Lee
has
Smith
like the
would be
third
a
or
good
fourth,
one.
fourth most saves. That
Yeah.
World
he's
Series
definitely a
champ.
Cub.
Let's do. Ooh. You think Pap is low for 300 plus saves?
No,
plus
I
World
think
Series champ?
Papelbon was really good for a long time.
Okay. Well, you have to have 300 saves. I mean,
You
you're
know
not
what I
getting any scrubs in there.
I feel like he's got to have 300, right?
Do you want to say Papelbon for World Series champ in saves?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a sock. in
Jonathan
here.
Papelbon, 5%.
Actually, we have all socks.
Woo!
5%. That's not bad. Okay.
5%. Yeah, all former Sox so far.
Let's see if we could. I wonder if we could do that.
Right? Yeah, it's a.
Well, here I got
That's
another one for you.
tough.
I can do one for you. World Series champ. Josh Reddick was on the 17 Astros, right?
Yes, he was.
Sure was.
Josh Reddick, 3%.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if we
No.
can do this.
It's really good so far.
I've got another one.
We should have had John Lackey for Angels Cardinals there. Then you could have had Lester for Cubs Cardinals. But
Oh fuck.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Angels Astros. I don't know. Like I don't even know Angels Red
that
Sox
Greinke?
to even begin. I can't. Yeah, I was gonna say Greinke for that one.
do we want to say Greinke? Can we think of anyone more sicko?
Well, how about do Kimbrel for Cubs
saves?
Saves, yeah.
Craig Kimbrell, 31%.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you gonna do? Did Fernando Rodney pitch for the Angels?
Ooh.
Because I mean, he pitched forever too. He has to have 300 saves.
Maybe.
Troy Percival definitely did. Everyone's gonna say K-Rod.
That's the. Yeah, Percival was one that came to mind. I don't. K-Rod's not very sicko of us.
No. Fernando Rodney would though. But did he do it? I think he was an Angel. He pitched for a lot of teams.
I don't know, Vince. I don't know.
I kind of want to say he may have spent.
Fucking do it.
If
The least
anything-
committal.
if anything-
I'm doing it.
maybe.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Oh yeah, you nailed
You good? 10%.
Really?
it. Yeah, 10%.
There we go. Shout out Fernando Rodney.
What's
I'm gonna look
K-Rod,
up
you
the year
think?
he
Probably
was there.
75?
I was gonna say like 50. I
Yeah.
was gonna guess.
All right,
So
all
all right,
right.
we're missing a Cardinal and an Angel, an Astro and an Angel, and an Astro and a Cubby Bear.
Astro and a Cub is hard. I don't know anybody for that. That's like legit hard.
Dexter Fowler play for the Astros. Trey Mancini.
Yes.
You do Trey Mancini.
yeah.
Oh,
right.
Mancini's a great one.
All right. Castellanos never played for the Astros,
Astro
right?
Angel.
No, because he was a Tiger. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I
on
would
that?
do Trey. I don't think you're
Trey Mancini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Trey Mancini. 26%. Ooh, it's higher than I thought it was
Okay.
gonna be.
And then I would say do Greinke for Angels.
Greinke?
Astros. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I
everyone's
don't
gonna say Nolan Ryan for that one. You know. Greinke is 10%.
Wow.
So we're
I guess
missing
people
an Angel.
forgot his Angel stint.
We're missing
Yeah.
an Angel and a Cardinal.
I mean, there's an
Obviously,
obvious one.
obviously Pujols, right? But that's not sicko.
Yeah.
That's not true sicko behavior.
God, who could we think of?
Jim Edmonds.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jim
Okay.
Edmonds, right? That's a pretty good one. I mean, he had maybe the greatest catch I've ever seen in my entire life when he's going directly backwards and lays out, flying through the air. And then he was pretty good with the Cardinals, too. So that catch
do
he made
Jim.
with the Angels.
Do
Let's do
Jim.
Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds! 14%. That gives us a 103 rarity.
That might be our best.
I'll take it.
Non-Red Sox one.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we
pretty
get-
good.
We get pretty freaky with those.
Most popular ones, obviously Pujols for Cardinals Halos, 48%. Wilson Contreras for the Cubbies and Cardinals. David Freese for St. Louis Cardinals World Series champ. For all the rings that they have, for all the legends they've had.
So
The most popular
interesting.
answer at 21% is David Freese. Everyone
That's
just
funny.
remembers his 2011 run, of course.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not?
Altuve for Astros World Series champ at 24. Mancini was the most popular Cubby and Astro at 26. Nolan Ryan, 46 for Astros Angels. K-Rod had 42% for the Angels, 300-plus saves. Kimbrel at 30.
That's lower than I would have guessed, honestly.
Yeah, still a good chunk, though.
Yeah.
31% for Craig Kimbrel, Cubs saves. And World Series champ at 300-plus saves. It's the guy with the most saves. 56% said
Ooh, so boring. So boring.
Oh, I didn't fill mine
I'll-
out yet.
I'll keep it real.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
check
even
what
think of him.
Chapman was for Cubs.
Chapman's got to have 300
20,
saves, right?
so he's lower. Okay.
Yeah, so there you
Won
go.
the World Series. He blew the save, though.
Yeah, and not because of him. They did not win because of him, for sure.
Fits up.
Well-
Fernando Rodney, 2 seasons in Anaheim, 10 and 11.
I got
That was
under
the-
radar.
the year
2010 and
before he went on
2011?
Yeah.
That has to have been
So he
early
was in
his
Anaheim
career, right?
before Tampa?
Yeah. The next year he went to
That
Tampa
is
and had that Linsanity run.
Crazy. I would not have guessed that.
I was going to say, I kind of remember him a little bit, but he rarely came
Jeez.
onto the scene with the Rays.
Damn. All right, well, there's your grid, folks.
There's a grid, and is that your
Liam, I have a
episode, too?
question. Are you retiring the obey your mother thing because it has not
Yeah,
been
because
smooth sailing?
no, it hasn't worked out. Maybe we'll bring it back depending on how this these next 10 games
Yeah,
go.
again, if they go 8 and 2,
But,
It
uh,
bombed.
potentially.
You
No,
thought it'd be a
it's-
hit.
No,
Turns out it
it's,
fucking sucks.
yeah, no, that the Toronto series all but killed it.
Yeah.
The
Bury
positivity horn was
They did not obey
Bury
their
it.
mothers.
they did not. They did not become
No mothers were obeyed that day.
Become fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I'm.
Ooh, Spencer Strider getting fucking spanked today.
That's a good butt too.
2 1/3
That was really.
innings pitch, 6
Weird
earned.
of me to
Jesus
say.
Christ. Trying to win a fantasy championship here, Spencer.
He wears tight pants though. I mean, it's there
Yeah.
for everybody.
He
to
does.
see.
It's
He's got
quad,
the 90s
he's
look.
he's Quadzilla.
Yeah.
You know, I love Strider, but I don't love him today. Fucking 2 1/3, 6 earned runs against
Didn't love him.
Pittsburgh.
Didn't love
Please
him
grow
at
up.
the Fens either.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good.
Grow up, Spencer. Bale's
What
pitching
do
well.
we? What else? Yeah, I guess that's it, huh?
I guess that's it.
Yeah, things aren't great right now. But hey, maybe next week we'll have beat some bad teams and maybe we'll be
We'll be
back.
back
But right
in this.
now,
Yeah, right.
but
Our
right now it's
spirits will
over.
change. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Right now it's
yeah.
over.
This
But-
this fucking team. It's every other week. God damn.
Well,
Right.
now we're due for a fun episode next week. We're due
Sure.
for a good time.
I had fun. I have fun every week, Fitz. How's that?
I do too. I like hanging with you guys, so
Yeah,
it works out.
okay.
It works out. So
Adorable.
that's gonna be it. Again, this is Monday. We're recording this, so you hear it Wednesday. If there's anything crazy that happens from now until I edit this, this time tomorrow night, we'll do an emergency pod.
What would that even be? What, I mean,
Oh.
with, like somebody dying. What would that even be?
Like that would.
I was
They
gonna
can't
say- I
trade
was gonna say-
anybody. They can't.
I was gonna say Alex Verdugo shot dead in Houston, but that Fitz, you can edit that out.
Oh, Jesus, Liam.
Ow!
Usually it's Jake who gets out.
I know. I didn't-
No, it's just that one seemed in poor taste, but I had to say it.
Ow!
I had to say it.
Sophie, any thoughts? I'm just closing thoughts.
Wally shot dead in Houston.
That more acceptable. Yeah, if Wally gets arrested on charges of tax evasion, we'll do an emergency pod. But
right.
until then,
Wally insider trading.
yes. Until then, for Jake, for Liam, and Fitz, you've been you. Thanks for listening to this rambling edition of Pawn on Lansdowne. We'll be back next week to, again, hopefully talk about better times. But until then, go Sox, obey your mother.
Oh, are we still doing it?
No, we do it for
Obey
the
your
show.
mother.
Oh, okay.
What's our emoji? What's our emoji?
Oh, shit.
I thought about this earlier. Cranberries, because Fitz was not letting it linger.
Oh, that's
Yes.
great. Yeah, that was a nasty
So,
rumor. I heard
Do you
about
have
Fitz.
to? Do you have to?
You have to.
You do.
You have to.
Yeah,
literally
you have to let it linger.
Yeah. All right,
Obey your
cranberries and obey your mother, I guess.
Liam.
Oh, I said it. I said it before. Obey your mother.
Oh, wow.